That within you lies the strength to overcome any obstacle that crosses your path. You follow the whispers of your intuition, that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. That within you lies the strength to overcome any obstacle that crosses your path.
When we look at a flower, we know it's a flower because we see all of the things we were taught in the past about what a flower is, the shape, the color, the scent. We even think of the word flower. If we hadn't been taught what a flower was, we wouldn't be able to bring those past recollections into the present, and the flower would have just looked like a strange symbol. But occasionally, for brief moments, some of us at certain times come across a whole different revelation. A flower becomes more than just what we were taught a flower is. For a moment, we escape our mental constructs. A ray of information bursts into our consciousness, and the symbol of the flower becomes a representation of the whole unfolding of the cosmos. We realize it is a part of a great and infinite purpose. But many who look at the flower will not see it that way because they interact with the world from the level of the mind, and from that level the flower becomes only those external lessons they were taught about what a flower is. When the message comes from beyond the mind and beyond the emotions, it gives us an infinite impression of reality, which means that for a moment we have gained contact with a level of higher insight. We have been lifted up into the presence of higher realities. The eighth dimension is a fascinating realm that has intrigued mystics throughout history. It is a dimension that connects the entire universe in different levels of consciousness, and we refer to it as the Akashic Records. This dimension holds a storehouse of information in a non-physical plane of existence that contains every human event, thought, word, emotion, and action that has ever occurred in the past, present, and future. The concept of the Akashic Records dates back to ancient Sanskrit texts, where the term Akasha, meaning upper sky, was introduced. Theosophical Society co-founder Helena Blavatsky further popularized this term during the mid-1800s, describing the Akasha as the primordial substance that includes all vital forces. While Blavatsky never directly referred to the Akashic Records, she did make reference to indestructible tablets of the astral light utilized for recording both the past and future of one's thoughts and actions. This repository of cosmic information has been widely spoken about by numerous mystics throughout history, and it is suggested that one could view their own Akashic Records by attaining higher stages of individual enlightenment. The Akashic Records are not an actual physical location, but rather an etheric language that contains the energetic imprint of all past and future lifetimes of all individuals. Everyone has a personal book of life that is stored in the etheric field of the planet in the Akasha. Accessing this information can provide a deeper understanding of oneself and one's purpose. The Akashic Records have been referred to by various names such as the Hall of Records, the Library of Light, and the Mind of God. It is like a library where one can access any information they desire. However, accessing the records is not as simple as walking into a local library. It is important to understand that a dimension is not a physical place where one can physically go and look for information. Instead, one must become to see and feel the information contained within. Accessing the Akashic Records is a metaphysical process that involves gaining insight through spontaneous experiences or specific practices. Human consciousness is intimately connected to the Akashic realm, and one can tap into this realm through various spiritual practices such as meditation. By accessing the Akashic Records, one can gain insight into their past lives, their soul's purpose, and the lessons they need to learn in this lifetime. Accessing the Akashic Records is a form of channeling. The way you can tap in fully and download that information is to transform yourself into the vibration of that information so you can download it. A download is an instantaneous influx of information from source. This can come in the form of instant realizations, messages in dreams, saying something someone needed to hear in an exact moment, writing, channeling, a beautiful piece of music, or anything really. In essence, you are basically a channel for divine information when receiving a download. The way you open yourself up to have this kind of connection with source is to raise your vibration and continue to develop your relationship with the universe by communicating with it. Over time, you will be able to regularly receive and channel downloads. The earth is alive and contains the knowledge you seek. It is your level of consciousness that determines what it reveals. Those familiar with the Akashic realm suggest one must first attain a deeper understanding for the spiritual and metaphysical process, and that with the knowledge of the Akashic Records and their chronicling of our past, present, and future comes with a great opportunity for enriching one's life. Once you have tapped this cache, nothing else in the name of ethereal lore comes close to describing the doorway. It can be the purest joy to behold and overwhelming to the point of madness to resolve from the rudiments of any notion of rationality. It shouldn't be possible to know things you were never taught, but once you have the experience, you will know better.